Good morning, everybody. My name's Katy. I work for Surrey Wildlife Trust, and today I've got up super early in the hopes of hearing the dawn chorus. So as you can hear, we've got a couple of different birds singing. Hopefully it's picking that up. We started off with robins with that lovely watery warble, and now the beautiful song of the blackbird is starting to join in. So I don't know how well it's going to come across, but we've got robins singing on the right and blackbirds singing on the left. And they're definitely starting to ramp up a bit now, getting louder. We've got a robin just on our right here, just on the right in this hawthorn bush. Back on our left, we've definitely got a blackbird in full song. So much more light in the sky already. So just off there, towards that way, you can hear the blackbirds and another robin singing. So blackbirds are in the thrush family, and most have a lovely song, but blackbird's definitely a popular favourite. So we've got a couple of other birds joining the dawn chorus now. I don't know how well it will come across because one is a very high-pitched song, but belongs to a goldcrest, which is lovely to hear. It sort of goes dee 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 dee, but it's very high pitch, and they're often associated with pine trees. It's already starting to be such a variety of song in the garden. We've got robins and blackbirds, I can hear wrens and goldcrests now, and it's lovely to be able to hear them at different distances as well. So we've got some who are sat in the garden with us at various spots, but I can also hear them, everything waking up further afield as well. So we're starting to get some other birds joining the dawn chorus now. I can hear blue tits and great tits calling on my right, further off round, outside of the garden. And there's an insatiable blackbird on the left still, who is determined to sing his heart out. Now birds sing for a variety of reasons at this time of year. Most commonly though, it's to attract a mate. So it's the males telling the females that they are ready to mate and that they're holding a territory, and that really the women should come and check them out. And the other reason is to ward off other males and to say, this is my patch guys, stay away. You can hear that high trill of the wren. There it is again, if you could hear that. So when I was first learning to identify birdsong, I thought everything just sounded like a robin, but wren was one of the easiest ones for me to identify, because you've sort of got the song and then a very fast trill at the end. So it's about 5 o'clock in the morning now. My first cup of coffee has gone a little bit cold. Hopefully you can see me a little bit better now, but it's really starting to wake up. So I've been waiting for the woodland to wake up since about 4 o'clock this morning, just wondering what sort of time. And even as I was getting up and setting my camera up, I could hear just the odd bit of bird song. but not much at all. It was mostly silent. And then in the last 15 minutes, it's really started to ramp up, and hopefully you can hear that all around me. So anyone that wants to have a go at listening the dawn chorus, any time from about now is a wonderful time to do it. But one of the really nice things about listening to the dawn chorus is that you really hear the woodland wake up and it all really start to kick off. So if you really want to have that experience, then I definitely recommend being up from around 4:30 in the morning. So just off on a little walk around the garden now. We've got another blackbird singing over here as well now, competing with the one from earlier on the left. Also got some high-pitched wren song. Oh, and actually I think we've got a new bird now. Just heard a coal tit, which is definitely one of my favourites. It goes chit-choo, chit-choo, chit-choo. And anyone who knows me knows I'm always calling back to the coal tits. And there's a great tit calling loudly, teacher, teacher, teacher. It's quite easy for it all to blend into one, but if you do want to learn some birdsong better, then once you start to get your ear in, it all starts to sort of separate out for you. We've got very loud, noisy wrens on the left, very close. Great tits a little bit further back. Teacher, teacher, teacher. And a coal tit in amongst it all. So those wondering how they can enjoy a dawn chorus during this very strange time that we're all living through at the moment, what's wonderful is that it is accessible to everyone, and that no matter where you are, whether you're out in the countryside and have a garden, or whether you're living in a city or a town with just a window to sit on, you're always going to hear some birdsong at this time in the morning. So if you want to just get up in the morning at around this time, then you can sit on a window ledge and listen out to some different birds. You can go sit in your garden with a cup of coffee like I have today, and I definitely recommend a blanket as well. It makes it for a much more enjoyable experience. Or go for your daily walk and just take it at a different time in the day. You know, you'll be amazed at what a different experience and what a different place your local patch can feel like, or even your garden can feel like at a different time, and this kind of special time first thing in the morning. So, you know, just give it a go and just enjoy a different experience. You can't really get it wrong. You can learn a few bird songs if you like. I can definitely recommend listening out for robins and wrens and blackbirds, as well as blue tits and great tits, as they're sort of your garden bird song or your town bird song favourites. Definitely the big hits. Most places will have a selection of those ones, and you can try and learn some song if you'd like to, or just go out and enjoy it and just immerse yourself in something different, and take the time to have just a bit of peace to yourself and listen to what nature's got to offer at this time of year. Sadly, you're probably hearing a bit of background noise as well, as we do have although we've got all this lovely woodland and wildlife around us, we do also have main roads nearby. But hopefully that just shows that it doesn't really matter where you are, what's going on. There's always wildlife nearby. And once you start looking for it, you're often surprised at how much you find. Just pointing out this way for a little bit, as we've got a few birds landing in the garden now as well. So we've had robins and blackbirds landing all over by the pond. And what we're finding is that pond is just used so regularly by wildlife. So if you're looking for ways to attract more wildlife, more birds to your garden, I sit for hours pretty much in this spot, just watching all of the birds landing in the pond and having a drink and a little bath. Oh, it's a very loud bluetit over to the right. Hopefully you're able to hear that as well. It's crows. So jackdaws and crows are both part of the corvid family, but look slightly different. Jackdaws have a smaller and have a bright eye, that's how I would describe them. Update on the bird count for this morning. So we've had wrens, robins, blackbirds, blue tit, great tit, coal tit, goldcrest, wood pigeon, goldfinches, crows and jackdaws. So we're officially into double figures for the dawn chorus in the garden. Thought I'd come back around this side, just listen out to what we've got going on in this side of the garden again. Plus it's just my favourite part of the garden. It's just lovely to come over here. So that's the end of our garden dawn chorus. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's been so interesting not just to hear the woodland and the garden coming alive in the morning, but also just to hear how it changed as the hours and the minutes went by. So yeah, really lovely, and I hope it inspires you to listen to some birdsong out of your window, get out in your garden and see what's around, and just take a little bit of time when you're on your daily walk to stop and listen and have a feel for what's around you. So thank you very much for watching, and good luck bird watching in your gardens.